Hi. Okay, so today I want to talk about a subject that might be bothersome to you because it is to me. And it is about the magic cure, the thing that's going to help you get better or turn the corner or magically be well. Okay, if you've been sick for a long time, there's no doubt that you're searching and searching for the thing, right? The magic thing. And I did for so long. I was like, I'm going to find it. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do, take all these supplements. I'm going to do all these modalities. I'm going to try all these gizmos and gadgets and emotional work and all these different, from ranging on the whole thing, and you spend so much time researching, so much money, so much time, money, stress, and you're looking and you're continually like seeking this magic thing, the magic cure, the magic whatever, let's just call it the magic treasure chest that you find that is going to heal you. And I'm here to tell you, and I'm really sorry to have to tell you this because I resisted this for so long, but that thing does not exist, okay? If you are really chronically and super ill and you've been ill for a long time, right? You are not one supplement, one acupuncture treatment, one modality, one gizmo, one gadget, or whatever away from being healed. If this is where you are and this is where you want to be, you're not one thing away, right? You're not one supplement, one treatment, the thing. You're not that little bit away from being here, which is where you want to be, which is hard to take. And I am not saying this to burst your bubble or to, you need hope. So I'm not here to take your hope away. But what I'm saying is, just like a person who is 500 pounds overweight and this is the ideal life that they vision for themselves. They're healthy, their diabetes is gone, they can walk again, they're, vibrant, they're running marathons, and this is their amazing life that they envision, their dream life that they envision for themselves when they're super healthy and vibrant. But this is where they are. They're not one exercise or one treatment plan or one diet away from here, right? That's not how it works. They are. And this is how it does work. This is the truth. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic solution. There's no magic anything. The fact of the matter is, if this is where you are, and the farther down this path you are, and the further distance you have to be, into your health life, it's not one thing. You are so many more things than one thing. And I know that's discouraging, and it's hope crushing to hear that. But the good news is that you are a million little choices every day that add up over time to get you here. So just like that person who might be 500 pounds and have a whole bunch of ailments and maybe they have diabetes and maybe they have gout and maybe they have a whole bunch of things. You don't know what they have. I'm just giving an example here. That person is all of it away from getting here, not just one thing. So that person has to get on the right diet, they have to do the exercise, they have to do the emotional work, they have to do everything that it takes to lose weight, and they have to make that choice every day, over and over and over and over. So basically they have to do like 5 different modalities or 5 different foundational choices, and they have to continue to make them every single day until finally they're here, right? So that's what's so frustrating, is when you're chronically ill, you're always looking for that magic thing and you always think you're so close, and you can put in so much energy and so much stress into researching and finding the right thing and beating yourself up for not finding the right thing. And that is getting you further away. It's actually getting you further away because you're creating stress and tension and pressure, to figure it out, and it's actually getting you further and further away, which is not what you want to do. You want to know the foundations, which are eating healthy, getting enough sleep, getting enough water, getting enough exercise, pushing yourself, doing all the modalities that you can, but like every day, right? Getting your toxicities down, emptying your burden bucket, detoxing, clearing out the infections, getting rid of all these things. It's like little by little, you're alleviating the stress on your nervous system and the stress on your organs and the stress on whatever is keeping you ill, and you're just slowly building your way there. So there's no right way to do this. It's all the ways. So all the ways that you know are the right things is great. And I'm not saying that the gadgets and the gizmos and all the emotional work and all the, you know, mind-body techniques and the acupuncture treatments and the chiropractic adjustments and all these different supplements and whatever aren't going to help. They can help. But stop trying to think of it as you're one magic bullet away from getting here to here, because you're not. You are like, you might have to do 20 or 30 different modalities, and you have to do them every day, and you have to keep going, but you can't give up your foundations. You know what the foundations are, right? Eating well, getting enough water, getting enough rest, keeping your stress down, doing the emotional work, and then you can layer all these other great things on top of it, like taking the right supplements, doing the adjustments, doing the extra, you know, buying the gadgets and the gizmos and the biohacks and all these different things, and you know, the testing and all these different things. It layers on top of your foundation, and it just helps to get you further, get you faster, get you moving along, right? Some of them work, some of them don't, some of them push us forward, some of them set us back. But we got to keep doing the foundations, and we have to keep trying all the other things, but stop trying to do it with such veracity and such, you know, stress inducing and such anger at yourself and defeat at yourself when it doesn't work. Like, oh man, that didn't work. And then your hopes are crushed and you feel like you're starting back at square one. You feel like you're starting over because the thing that you thought was going to work didn't work. It's all, just think of it as, try to think of it as, it's all a snowball that you're making, right? You're starting and you're building it and you're pushing it along and you're making it bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And you're just adding things so until it's finally the size that it needs to be. So just because a modality doesn't work or doesn't cure you doesn't mean that it's not important, and doesn't mean that it's not going to help you. And even if it's helping you over only 1%, and maybe you won't even know that for 60, 90, 120 days, maybe you won't even notice that 2% improvement until you've done it over and over. But if it's causing you too much stress, take it off your plate, because the stress is going to pull you back. So what I mean to say by this video is not to crush your hope, right? It's not to take away your hope and say you're not going to find the magic thing, because people do. Some people go, oh my God, I did this detox program and everything changed. Or, you know, I cleared up this infection and everything changed. Or I did this emotional program and, you know, I saw a new way or a new perspective looking at the world, and immediately this changed for me. So people do experience these things, and I hope that you are one of them. And I hoped to be one of them, but I wasn't. Unfortunately, I wasn't, and I still haven't found the thing, even though my search has been frantic. But I'm a writer by nature. I used to be a writer before I got into any of this, and like any good story, if you just think of it, right? The people searching for the treasure, or, you know, let's just take any standard movie, Dorothy, right? She's not in Kansas anymore. She falls into the Wizard of Oz, and she realizes at the end of the movie, she has all these adventures, she has all these things go wrong. She realizes at the end of the movie that she had the power all along, right? Along the way, she picks up her friends they develop courage and bravery and strength and using their mind and all these different things, right? Heart. So as you're getting to the goal, you're picking up all the qualities that you need to get there. And then you realize that you had it inside you all along to change, much like any story. You know, if you take Frodo, who's on a quest for the ring in the Lord of the Rings, right? It's not the ring. It's not the ring. He's not one step away from finding that ring. He's all the steps that he has to go through, and fighting the bad guys and fighting himself and gathering his friends and going on the quest. It's the journey. By the time you get to the end of it, you've realized that it's the journey that gives you all these qualities that you actually are going to need to heal yourself in the end. So by the end of your healing journey, you will have picked up bravery and strength and courage and determination and persistence and, you know, letting go and forgiveness and trust, and there's so many things, right? And you need all these things. You need to develop these things emotionally, spiritually, and you will also pick up different physical healing traits. Like now you're doing yoga and acupuncture, and your strength is getting better, and your movement's getting better, and your flexibility, and you're doing stretch. You're doing all these things. Your fitness is increasing. Your diet is improving as you go along. You're eating the right foods, the healthy foods, the whole foods from the earth. So it's an entire journey, right? And this is what we don't want to hear when we're chronically ill. We want to believe that there's one thing that is going to fix a major problem or a lifetime of bad decisions or a major trauma or a major whatever. It's not one thing. It's a million little things. It's the whole journey. It's the whole package. It's the building the snowball. It's the rolling it along. It's the finally getting to the top of the mountain and realizing you needed it all to get there. You needed all the tools. You needed all of the emotional tools, all the physical tools, all the healing tools, all the strength and everything that you've mustered along the way to summit to the top of the mountain, right? If you're gonna climb Everest, you're not one day away from getting to Everest. If you start out, you're all the planning, all the packing, all the trekking, all the practice that goes into it. You're an accumulation of that entire journey when you finally get to that mountain. And that is what it's like when you're healing. You're gathering and you're building momentum, and it's easy to get down on yourself and get hopeless when something doesn't work, and it pulls that hope out from under us. So try not to think of it that way. Just try to imagine that you're building, you're building, you're building, you're building, you're building your new life, you're building your new body, and everything is just taking you closer as you move along the path. And if something isn't magic, it doesn't mean it's not working. So stick with it, keep going, build your allies, build your team, get your tools, get your forces, do the inner work, do the outer work, do every kind of work that you can do. Do it with peace, do it with love, do it with patience, do it with kindness and compassion to yourself, and keep going and keep building your body, your emotion, your spirit. Build it all back to where it needs to be, which is you. You're just building yourself back together. You're putting yourself back together. This was what this journey is about. You may have physically, emotionally, or spiritually fell apart, or all three. And you are now finding all the things that you need and all the tools and all the everything that you can gather, and the trust and the belief in yourself and everything to put yourself back together. But it is not one thing that's going to do it. It's a bunch of things over time, committed to it every day. Keep going. Don't give up. You can do it.